Hello everyone, this is Rishabh and you are watching Company360.in. Domain name parking validity of trademark in India. Introduction. The role of internet in trade and commerce, not only as a medium for doing business and increasing outreach, but also as a platform for promoting brands, cannot be underestimated in today's reality of the virtual world. It follows that domain names assume great importance in the world of brands, and consequently in the contours of the trademark law. Being a common law country, an aspect that centers around trademark protection in India is its use. It is uncontentious that the incorporation of a trademark as part of a domain name that resolves to an active website constitutes use of the mark under Indian law. Does the same, however, hold true even if the domain name in question is parked? Domain name parking occurs when a domain name registrant deposits its domain name with a registrar or parking service provider who creates placeholder pages as opposed to a fully functional and developed website. In other words, the practice of a person or entity getting a domain name registration and simply holding it in its name to the exclusion of others without pointing it to an active website is called domain name parking. While it is settled law that registration and use of a domain name which incorporates a mark identical or deceptively similar to someone else's trademark can injure the rights of the owner of such a mark. This article aims to explore whether mere parking of a domain by the owner of a trademark qualifies as use of the mark incorporated in the domain name. Use of a mark interpreting the relevant provisions of law in India and the US-India. In India, Section 22C(1) and 2 of the Trademarks Act 1999, hereinafter the TM Act, defines use of a mark as follows. Unless the context otherwise requires any reference to the use of a mark, number 1, in relation to goods, shall be constructed as a reference to the use of the mark upon or in any physical or in any other relation whatsoever to such goods. Number 2, in relation to services, shall be constructed as a reference to the use of the mark as or as part of any statement about the availability, provision, or performance of such services. The wording in any other relation whatsoever opens the above definition to wide interpretation. Indian courts in numerous cases have held that use does not necessarily mean and imply actual physical sale. Even mere advertisement without having even the existence of the goods can be said to be a use of the mark. Thus, the interpretation of use of a mark in India as noted above is wide enough to include advertisement and promotional activities within its ambit without requiring actual physical use of the mark on goods. The above interpretation broadens the scope of the trademark protection to instances of use which may not essentially constitute use of a mark on the concerned goods in the literal physical sense. The ambit of trademark protection in India, however, does not extend to a scenario where there is no bona fide intention to use the mark on or in relation to the concerned goods or services. In the case of Vishnudas versus Wazir Sultan Tobacco Limited, the Honorable Supreme Court of India held that if a trader has no bona fide intention to trade in certain goods, he should not be permitted to enjoy monopoly over the trademark in respect of those goods, even if the trader owns a trademark registration for a broad specification of goods covering those goods. Further, in the case of Unichem Laboratories Limited versus Ipca Laboratories and Ors, it was held that no court of law allows anybody to corner or traffic any trademark with bare registration without bona fide intention to use. From these cases, it is clear that mere registration of a trademark, devoid of any bona fide intention to use it in respect of the goods and services covered by the registration, does not entitle the registrant to enjoy monopoly over the trademark in respect of those goods and services. The United States. In the United States, the understanding of use of a mark embodied in the definition of use in commerce is more expressly subject to a qualification that such use be commercial in nature. Number 1127 of Lanham Act 1946 defines use in commerce as only bona fide use made in the ordinary course of trade and not made merely to reserve a right in a mark. It follows that use of a trademark is not bona fide if the underlying transactions are not genuinely commercial. Token use. The term token use refers to use of a trademark that are purely for the purpose of securing rights in a mark, as opposed to use in furtherance of any true interest in or expectation of making commercial sales. In Laboratoire de Lamer trademarks, the question for determination before the court was what amount of use was required to prove that the mark was put to genuine use. It was held that if the use was only slight, depending on circumstances, it might show that the trader was not genuine in its activities. If the main or principal motive was trademark protection rather than making sales under the marks, the use was not bona fide. The trademark owner should demonstrate that use was not merely colorable or token but bona fide use of a mark in the ordinary course of trade. All in all, it is apparent that use of a mark must be a bona fide one and not a token or colorable one, merely to gain protection under trademark law in order for it to enjoy protection under the US trademark law regime. Commercial magnetism. To support the contention that use must be a bona fide use or use in commerce, the doctrine of commercial magnetism deserves a mention. The doctrinal expression of the commercial magnetism principle underlying all of trademark law is the requirement that a trademark be used in commerce. This requirement permeates all facets of common law, trademark law, and of the Lanham Act, and it holds that any conduct to which trademark law is to apply must involve the use of a symbol in a way that consumers can perceive the symbol so that it can exert its commercial magnetism on them. The logic behind the requirement is simple. Without use of a symbol, consumers cannot perceive it. Without consumer perception, the symbol cannot exert whatever commercial magnetism it may have over customers. Without commercial magnetism, the symbol does not function as a trademark. As per the doctrine of commercial magnetism, once the symbol is used in commerce, only then can there exist a consumer attached to that trademark who can perceive the said mark. Once perceived, the mark can exert magnetism or attract consumers toward the goods or services that the mark pertains to. Simply put, the doctrine contends that a trademark attains its identity only because of its perception, recognition, and attractiveness to a consumer. In other words, a trademark acts as a magnet to the consumer to buy a product. Undoubtedly, this utility of a trademark can be said to be a commercial in nature. It follows that use must be a bona fide use or a use in commerce to gain trademark protection. Analysis. Park domain name. As noted above, a park domain name is a registered domain name that is not linked to a website or email hosting service. In simpler words, a park domain is just a name or address on the internet owned by an individual or an entity. This is akin to a situation where a trader obtains a trademark registration without any bona fide intention to use the trademark. In such a situation, where apart from registration of domain name, no substantial steps are undertaken towards commercial use of the mark, monopoly over a said park domain name should not result in the registrant claiming exclusivity over the said domain name or trademarks identical or deceptively similar to the said domain name. Considering both subclauses of Section 2(2)(c), the TM Act mention in relation to goods or services. In order to constitute use within the definitions provided under these provisions, there must be a connection between the instances of use of the mark being relied on and the goods or services on or in relation to which such use is sought to be established. Clearly, mere parking of a domain name fails to establish any such connection with the goods or services. Hence, merely parking a domain name would not qualify the definition of use of a mark under the TM Act. Thus, a parked domain can at most be understood to be a token use as opposed to a commercial one, since a parked domain is not connected to any website or hosting service. thereby lacking any connection with goods or services. The requirements of commercial magnetism cannot be said to be met. Further, no consumer can be said to be visiting the park domain for any commercial reason. Conclusion. In view of the above, unless proven otherwise, mere parking of a domain name should not fulfill the criterion of bona fide use of the trademark it incorporates. Therefore, in order to secure rights in a trademark, it must be used in a manner that it attracts commercial magnetism. Given this, in the author's opinion, mere parking of a domain name does not enable its registrant to claim use of the trademark it incorporates. Want to get similar services for yourself? Company360.in provides you with all the necessities required for these procedures for a very reasonable price. Thanks. If you still have some questions, feel free to put them down in the comments section. Or you can find us at www.company360.in or email us at info@company360.in or call us at 964-334-0938.